Okay, welcome everyone. My name is Debbie Dorn Martinez. I'm the President and CEO of the Moses Lake Chamber of Commerce, and it is my pleasure to welcome you to Occupation Exploration. This is a series of webinars where we feature different manufacturing opportunities in our region. So today we are featuring LaserFab, and we have Mr. Justin Henley joining us, and he'll be coming on the screen and showing you some stuff here in just a minute. But until then, I have to do just a little bit of housekeeping. We are under a contract with the North Central Educational School District, and we need to know who all is watching today. So as I've moved you over to a panelist, that enables you to use the chat feature of Zoom. So I need you to take your mouse down to chat if you haven't already opened up the chat feature, and click on that, and then tell me who you are. If you've got your name listed on the computer, that's great. If you're with Mr. Hopkins' class, don't worry, he's going to send me a list of all of the attendees. But if you are coming in just individually, I need you to let me know who you are, what school you're with or what company you're with, your position. If you're a student, let me know your grade level. If you are with another company, let me know that. And if you're just a job seeker, I'd love to know that too. We will be utilizing our the chat feature for that information. And then we will be utilizing the Q&A for questions that you might have of our presenter today. So without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Justin with LaserFab. Go ahead, Justin.
Hi, everyone. My name is Justin Henley. I'm a CNC programmer for LaserFab Incorporated here in Moses Lake. A little bit about LaserFab. We have 3 facilities in Washington State, located in Moses Lake, Puyallup, and Redmond. Currently, our Moses Lake branch employs 22 people, Puyallup 23 people, and Redmond employs 19. More than half of our employees are direct production, meaning that they either operate equipment or deburr parts. The rest are shipping personnel, members of the quality team, programming, or have administrative positions. During busier times, our production staff will be almost double that, and we will run 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I've got 9 short videos to play, and I'll give a brief description of the process you're seeing and read qualifications from previous job postings. If you have questions related to the video specifically, please type them in the chat box and I'll try to answer them in between clips. If you have more general questions, please wait until the end. Okay, can everybody see the video clip? No?
You're sharing now.
Okay, now you can see it?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So first clip is, oh, that's not the first clip. All right, first clip is deburr. Deburr is a process of removing dross and slag and tabs from cut parts. It's what you see, various hand tools, grinders, chisels, things of that nature. Our deburr personnel are integral in making sure that any imperfections of the parts are caught and handled before they move on to the next phase of the process. And a brief little job description for deburr, general labor, and production helpers. Employees will be required to perform a variety of production-related functions and activities. Job responsibilities requires discipline and attention to detail at high level of accuracy, thoroughly following work orders and job instructions, use computer software to track work in progress, deburring, grinding, and part breakout with multiple types of hand tools, must be able to consistently lift and move parts weighing up to 50 pounds, forklift operation, strong communication, interpersonal and problem-solving skills, the ability to work with limited supervision, a commitment to customer service, have proactive, positive attitude, and strong sense of motivation, self-motivation, accountability, and responsibility, able to learn to read and understand job travelers and use precision measuring equipment when necessary, demonstrated ability to read and understand English in order to communicate and understand instructions and safety criteria, proficient in shop math skills, accuracy with decimals and fractions specifically, manual dexterity and mechanical aptitude, have relevant computer experience, including personal computer basics, forklift experience is preferred, and pass a pre-employment drug screen. DBER is basically the jumping off point for most any position in the production floor. It's an entry level position that requires little to no skills to get into. Usually starts about $1 above minimum wage, depending on your experience. If you've got experience in the fabrication industry, the less investment that we have to put in to get you up to speed, then the more valuable you are to the company, and that's usually reflected in your wage. The next video, shipping. Now, shipping is what you would expect. It's, the process of making sure that the parts that we've made get to our customers. We warehouse over 1,000 different part numbers for various customers. So it does require a high level of attention to detail. Specific customers have specific loading instructions, specific part handling instructions. So it's definitely a job that requires conscientious personnel. And job description for that would be receive and verify items, place material in bins or racks, count items, add total on bin cards, pull items for shipment, deduct from bin cards, box, crate, and or place on skid for shipment, complete documentation and load trucks, use forklifts, pallet jack, and strapping tools to accomplish most tasks. Must be willing to comply with company rules and policies, pass a pre-employment drug screen, have a valid Washington State driver's license, must be detail-oriented, accurately use tape measures and calipers, able to lift up to 100 pounds on occasion, able to read, write, and understand and communicate in English, basic math skills, must have neat, legible handwriting, must have strong clerical skills, a minimum of 1 year of forklift operation experience, place manufactured items of various shapes, sizes, and stock, maybe pulling parts for internal customers or external customers, may check in received items, verifying paperwork is correct, clean up shops and yards as needed, load and unload trucks, as well as other duties as required. Desired skills would be previous knowledge in shipping and receiving. Of course, the forklift is required. Driving experience with a knowledge of the region is preferred. Able to climb stairs and ladders. Power and hand tool operation, and follow safety procedures. This work is defined in the medium strength factor for physical demands, but may require handling of items in the heavy category. This work requires continued handling of various weights throughout the course of the day, as inventory and work order requests vary. Standing and walking are inherent features of this work when retrieving orders. Some intermittent sitting may occur when operating a forklift. Now, bear with me, these are just job postings that I've printed off to be able to give a overview of the positions, as I'm not HR. Next video has to do with welding, which are fabrication assemblies are vary from parts to more complex assemblies, varying thicknesses and material types. This is actually one of our ballot boxes. We produce Vote Armor ballot boxes as solely a LaserFab product. For a welding position, sheet metal fabricating, layout, print reading experience is necessary. Experience preferred in production, industrial fabrication equipment. Must be able to fabricate from shop drawings. Must have experience fabricating light gauge sheet to heavy metal plate. Must be able to hold tight tolerances. Experience using precision measuring tools. Must have attention to detail and the desire to produce the highest quality work. Ability to work in a fast-paced team environment. Ability to communicate and independently execute work instructions. Basic math and computer skills. Positive attitude, dedication to attendance, ability to lift 50 pounds and stand for long periods of time. Highly motivated, able to work with little to no supervision. Must be able to work all shifts and overtime as needed, and pass a pre-employment drug screen, which, if that's not stated on all of them, we are a drug-free company at the federal level. So all employees must be able to pass and continue to pass random drug screening. Now, we also have 2 high-def plasma cutters that we just put in within the last couple of years. These machines are able to cut anything from gauge material up to 2-inch thick steel. Operators have to be able to interface with the control system. So a basic computer skills are a must. The parts that come off are, varying shapes and sizes. One of our machines, as you see here, is actually a 5-axis machine and can bevel a part in one pass. And our bevel cuts can cut through up to 1.25 inches. Actually, no, I think we can bevel 1.5 inches because we can pierce 2-inch. Currently, that's a 1/2-inch plate. It's been cut with a beveling process. The plasma job description is perform setup and operation of cutting equipment to cost effectively produce high quality steel and stainless steel parts in a timely manner to meet customer specifications. Minimum 5 years experience in metal fabrication environment preferred, with 2 years experience operating CNC equipment. Essential duties are operate and maintain machinery and cutting department, understanding of blueprint symbols and terminology, knowledge of shop math and computer skills, work with a minimum of supervision, communicate status of work in progress with supervisor and or coworkers, maintain your work area in a neat and organized manner, ability to lift up to 50 pounds repetitively, ability to stand for 10 hours a day, and pass a drug screening. Now, one thing I would like to reiterate is that whereas a lot of these positions may require experience, the plasma operators we have currently did not have prior experience. One of them started out as a welder for us and now also runs the plasma. Another one started out just in deburr and has worked his way up to being an operator and operates the plasmas. And it goes back to a willingness to learn, mechanical aptitude, and initiative. Now our lasers, we have 3 CNC lasers, and they have a more complex system and have a higher learning curve than the plasmas, mainly because you're essentially using a beam of light to cut through steel. 2 of our lasers have an automated material handling system, which is another layer of education, so to speak, to be able to accurately program and troubleshoot that system. But it will actually load and unload the lasers and enables us for almost unattended running, completely unattended running for periods of time. But our lasers we cut are able to cut up to 1 inch, but we typically cut up to 1/2 inch, and then anything over half we try to cut on our plasmas just for speed and efficiency purposes. The laser operator position summary is perform setup and operation of laser equipment to cost effectively produce high quality steel, stainless steel, and aluminum parts in a timely manner to meet our customer specifications. Requirements are 2 years of sheet metal fabrication, layout, and print reading experience. 2+ years experience preferred in a production industrial fabrication environment. Must be able to fabricate from shop drawings. Must have experience fabricating light gauge sheet metal to heavy plate. Experience using precision measuring tools, i.e. calipers, height gauges. Must have attention to detail and desire to produce high quality work consistently. Ability to work in a fast-paced team environment. Ability to communicate and independently execute work instructions. Basic math and computer skills. Positive attitude. Dedication to attendance. Ability to lift 50 pounds and stand for long periods of time. Highly motivated. Able to work with little to no supervision, and willing to work off shifts and overtime. Now we're under our press brakes, which we have 3 CNC press brakes, ranging from 50 tons to 500 tons. Our press brake operators, of course, have to work with a high level of safety and have to make modifications as they go. So they need to inspect the parts thoroughly as they're producing them to make sure that changes in materials and material density are not having an adverse effect on the finished product. Each of our press brakes uses a different control interface, as they're each one made from a different manufacturer. So each press brake would require separate training, but the basic fundamentals of forming and checking your parts and making adjustments remain the same. The different control interfaces simply are learning how to get what you want out of the machine and make sure you're inputting that data correctly. Now, the press brake position reads as follows: performs setup and operation of press brake to cost effectively produce high quality steel, stainless steel, or aluminum parts in a timely manner to meet customer specifications. Requirements: 2 years sheet metal fabricating layout print reading experience, 2 years experience preferred in production industrial fabrication environment, must be able to fabricate from shop drawings, must have experience fabricating light gauge sheet metal to heavy plate, experience using precision measuring tools, as you saw, must have attention to detail, desire to produce high quality work consistently, ability to work in fast-paced team environment, ability to communicate and independently execute work instructions, basic math and computer skills, positive attitude, dedication to attendance, ability to lift 50 pounds and stand for long periods of time, highly motivated and able to work with little to no supervision. We also have a machining department. And if you haven't noticed, the jobs tend to get a little more involved and require more skills and abilities as we progress. Now, in our machining department, we use everything from pneumatic drills and thread cutters to programmable CNC equipment. This is our vertical CNC mill. You may recognize the part being machined from the previous deburr and video. And right now, after being plasma cut and deburred, the parts are being machined for specific tight tolerance holes and thread cutting in specified features. And the machinist job responsibilities include producing machined parts by programming, setting up, and operating a computer numeric control mill. You'll be maintaining quality and safety standards, keeping records, maintaining equipment, supplies, and deburring and inspecting parts. Plans machining by studying work orders, blueprints, engineering plans, materials, specifications, orthographic drawings, reference planes, locations of surfaces, and machining parameters, interpreting geometric dimensions and tolerancing. Program mills and lathes by entering instructions, including zero and reference points, setting tool registers, offsets, compensations, and conditional switches, calculating requirements, including basic math, geometry, and trigonometry, proving part programs, set up mills and lathes by installing and adjusting 3 and 4 jaw chucks, tools, attachments, collops, bushings, cams, gears, stops, and pushers, verify setting by measuring positions, first part run, and sample work pieces, adhering to international standards, maintains specifications by observing measurements, detecting malfunctions, troubleshooting process, adjusting and reprogramming controls, sharpening and replacing worn tools, adhering to quality assurance procedures and processes, maintaining safe operations by adhering to safety procedures and regulations, maintain equipment by completing preventative maintenance requirements, following manufacturer's instructions, troubleshooting malfunctions, calling for repairs, maintains continuity among shifts by documenting and communicating actions, irregularities, and continuing needs, documents actions by completing production and quality logs, updates job knowledge by participating in educational opportunities, reading technical publications, accomplish organization goals by accepting ownership of accomplishing new and different requests, exploring opportunities to add value in job accomplishments. Skills and qualifications include conceptual skills, process improvement, verbal communication, functional and technical skills, controls and instrumentation, supply management, tooling, coordination, inventory control, attention to detail, and basic math skills. Now, that was a lot to say. I'm sure it was a lot to hear. Being a machinist is definitely a career path above that of the other opportunities LaserFab offers. It is not to say that the right person wouldn't be able to start out somewhere, especially a young person, start out somewhere else in the company, show an aptitude, and over time work their way into a position to begin acquiring more skills, as with most other things. Now, quality inspection. These are images from our 7-axis roamer arm with laser scanning functionality. As you see here, he's actually painting the part with a laser beam, and that is picking up data points, and then that part is being aligned with a 3-dimensional model inside of the software, and then you can see where material deviations occur. As the parts become more complex, from the standpoint of tolerancing, especially with geometric dimensioning and tolerancing, it's required to check the parts with a process such as this one to check within 1/1000th of an inch at specific parallel surfaces, cylindricity, planar surfaces that you can't define accurately with simple calipers and tape measures. For a quality inspector, this position will be responsible for inspecting incoming materials, fabricated machine components, work in process and finished goods to ensure conformance to consumer supply drawing and engineering specifications. These duties will include writing first article and non-conforming material reports and control of non-conforming products and materials. This position will be responsible for calibrating precision measuring tools and equipment. The position will also include assisting with maintaining compliance to company occupational health and safety program, policies and procedures based on WISHA standards. Experience and educational requirements are as follows. CMM, which means computer, oh wait, I'm going to draw a blank on that one right now. CMM is a abbreviation for computer measuring machine, I believe. CMM experience preferred and additional training will be available. Weld and fabrication inspection experience preferred. Knowledge, understanding, and a minimum of 2 years experience with geometric dimensioning and tolerancing specifications, or GD&T. Minimum 2 years experience with performing first article in process and final inspection. Minimum 4 years experience with inspecting fabricated, welded, and machined components. Knowledge and experience with calibrating precision measuring tools and equipment, including templates, fixtures, and gauges. Proficient with Microsoft Office applications. Basic math skills and comprehension of algebra, geometry, and trigonometry. Knowledge of ISO 9009-2008E standards. Knowledge and experience with WISHA standards. Strong background in problem solving, planning, and organization. Job requirements are as follows. Must have strong reporting skills. Must be detail oriented, thorough and accurate in all aspects of job responsibilities. Ability to read and interpret customer drawings and engineering specifications. Must be able to read, comprehend, and perform ISO 9001-2008E standard. Ability to complete inspection requirements using various inspection methods and techniques, ability to perform receiving, first part, and in-process and first article inspection of all materials, parts, and components to ensure quality workmanship, ability to organize, prioritize, and focus on details while performing multiple tasks, ability to follow written and verbal instructions, must have excellent problem-solving skills, ability to assist with troubleshooting process variation, ability to identify, assist with implementing continuous improvement opportunities, ability to work as a positive team member, ability to communicate effectively with all levels of organization, expected to work overtime, flexible hours as needed to meet production and department goals, ability to learn new skills and responsibilities. And last, my job, CNC programmer, is a little more than simply creating programs. The first couple images you saw, which I'll back up, is actually from prints to CAD files. We create flat patterns. As you see here, this is a flat pattern that has been nested onto a sheet. And this is a simulation to check the NC path of the machine that's going to cut the part. You can see that I use multiple programs. I also do programming for our CNC mills, and I use AutoCAD and SolidWorks. And this is actually SolidCam, which is built into SolidWorks Professional. And from start to finish, I get the CAD files that I will use to create our NC programs for cutting. After doing the math and creating the flat pattern development, which will allow us to be able to cut the parts and form them and have all the holes line up where they're supposed to be. And either before or after forming, then be able to machine tight tolerance holes that may be beyond the capabilities of our lasers or plasmas, or if they need threads and things that can't be put in a cutting out operation. And the programmer position summary is as follows. Breaks down information obtained from specifications, sketches, customer layout drawings, and instructions furnished by others, and convert the information into detailed drawings with section views and dimensions using CAD applications. Responsible for determining whether drawings can be executed and within expected tolerances. Supervision is readily available, and work is sometimes reviewed by more experienced staff. May prepare bills of materials and specifications, working from engineering drawings and specification and using knowledge of machine operations. Develops code to control machine operation. Prepares process plans, including positioning of carriage and or tool, rate of feed, speed of rotation, tool changes, type of tool, sequence of operations, and other variables. May work directly with machines and machine operators to verify the accuracy and safety of programs. Typically requires completion of a formal drafting program and up to 2 years of experience. Essential functions and key responsibilities: perform all job functions considering your safety and the safety of fellow employees at the highest priority. Ensure adherence to all LaserFab company policies and procedures. Lead by example of demonstrating a strong work ethic and support of company policies, procedures, and directives. Create CAD drawings from prints, sketches, templates, and other customer-supplied data files. Generate CNC machine programs. Create flat pattern drawings and bend allowance drawings for production team to use. Communicate with customer peers regarding programming, engineering, and drawing issues raised before or during production, mentoring and working with shop production personnel for programming issues and machine-specific function characteristics with base of knowledge, process new revision or engineering change requests, help develop and implement part file structure to allow everyone access to key information when needed, control of documents, help maintain current revision levels of all customer part numbers, assist in filing system of all current nests and programs, continually produce high quality products which meet or exceed customer drawing specification and engineering standards while minimizing scrap and rework costs, continually monitor and provide input and on operational methods, processes, and procedures to meet departmental goals relating to efficiencies, equipment utilization, and time usage in order to maintain or improve cost competitiveness. Keep on task and focused on effective production processes and methods, demonstrate ownership and responsibility for job assignments, maintain documentation in orderly manner, maintain clear and orderly work environment, maintain a positive work atmosphere by behaving and communicating in a manner that interfaces well with coworkers and manages team members, follow and continually monitor established safety policies, procedures, and safe work practices to ensure a clean, safe work environment is promoted and maintained, provide quality in all goods and services delivered to internal and external customers through approach of thorough planning, responsible implementation, and continuous improvement. Now, I will say, since this is at the end, LaserFab does provide competitive wages, medical, dental, and vision insurance, vacation, holidays, and 401k, and an annual incentive program. That is all the videos that I have. And if anyone has any questions, I'd be willing to.
We do have a question in the chat. So Mr. Devine from Ephrata would like to know if you require AWS or WABO certs for your welders, or do you self-certify according to your weld specs?
Oh, you know what? I thought I covered that, but I guess I did. I'm not seeing the questions. Just
it's
so
not in the Q&A. It's over in the chat.
So to answer the question, some of our work does require weld certification. Even with a weld certification, we would still have an individual perform a weld test for us in-house. We do, if you are not certified, but have the skills to get certified, then we will consider employment and certify as needed. Did that answer it?
I believe so. Any other questions? Feel free to type them in the chat. Mr. Devine says thanks. So anybody have any more questions? Any students in Mr. Hopkins' class? Do you have any questions for us? Well, I'm not seeing any more, Justin.
Well, I would like to, if I can, provide a little bit of anecdotal information. So when it comes to the machining and programming and more advanced skills, these are not necessarily positions that require you to always go to a technical school or a place like that. If you're willing to put in the work and have the aptitude, you can, follow a career path in the steel industry. I myself started out right outside of high school working for a fabrication company and was just cleaning up welds, grinding parts, and after 2 years, I was welding for the company, and then I went on to work for a steel distribution company where I worked for almost 9 years and started out just pulling material and loading trucks. But since I had aptitude and willingness to learn and drive to do so, I was able to work my way through and learn every position as well as maintenance of the machines. And during that time, I also took night classes and became certified in drafting technologies, which allowed me to then move over into the CNC programming field. So, and I do know that nowadays, which they didn't offer when I was in high school, you are able to actually take AutoCAD, SolidWorks, and classes like that. And I do know that, even when it comes to things like press brakes and such, that CV Tech has a press brake. And there are certain things that, just having an exposure and a basic understanding can get you a leg up, and you can make a career that will, like I said, a lot of our, other than our entry level, Uber positions, we base all of our pay rates. We're not a union shop and we're not a capped shop. Our pay rates and pay scales are based on current industry pay and averages and the skill of the individual. So, don't see a bunch of complicated things and think that if you don't know it right now, that you have to invest too much more than your own initiative in order to get where you want to go.
Okay, any more questions for Justin? Any more questions about LaserFab, career opportunities there? Okay, I'm not seeing any right now, so would like to thank you, Justin, for enlightening us about the different positions available at LaserFab and what you get to do every day. We appreciate that.
Well, thanks for the opportunity.
Thank you, everyone. We will be back here in 2 weeks to feature Joyson Safety Systems on November 18th at 1 o'clock. It will be the same link that you used today. We'll be doing that on the 18th. And thank you for joining us, Mr. Hopkins class, as we are getting a panoramic view of all of you students. Excellent. So November 18th, Joyson, same link and same time, 1 p.m. on Wednesday. All righty, thanks everyone and have a great day. Thanks again, Justin. We appreciate you joining us.
Thank you.